Okay, so this will be on your YouTube for the whole session, the Miracles, Magic, Healing, and More, July 21st. And it's also going to be a short video. We'll see how short it is, with something that I've been playing with over this last weekend, maybe a few days more than that, and kind of even much longer than that in some ways. And I found it really useful, so I'm gonna share it, and then we can just do it. So like we said before we recorded this little section, if you want, you can think about your desired outcome, what you want. We'll be doing the one-on-one healing in just a little bit. Yeah, so just think about what you would like. If something were to happen for you, what might that be? Okay. And so there's something that I did this last few days, and I'll tell you right now. I realized we all have a lot of tenacity, like very determined. Like some of us have worked very hard at all the things we're doing, and our inner spiritual work, and also what we're doing in life, and very driven people, very much want to do certain things. And so we have a lot of tenacity, that determination thing. And so I was going along, and I was thinking, I've thought this for it's anyway, I'll just say it. I was thinking that voice in your head, there's that voice just keeps on talking. It's always seems to have an opinion about stuff. It's always running a running commentary on people and events and situations and the past and the future. And there's arguments happening that may never happen in real life. And that voice is just going and going and going and going. And so I've been playing with this whole thing of like managing that, mastering that, your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings. And so I thought, well, I can make it say anything I want right now. Of course, like we can even try it right now. You could make that voice say hello, like Michael A. Singer talks about in one of his books. And it could say it loud. It could say it softly. It could say, how are you? Just make that voice say, how are you? You could make the voice say, thank you. So we have this ability to make that voice say anything we want. Yet when we're not paying much attention, it can be saying pretty much anything, and it seems to be saying the same things over and over and over again. And it's always this running commentary about everything. It's got an opinion about everything. And so I thought, well, I'm going to use my tenacity to control what it says. I'm just going to start to make it say things and make it my thing. Like you talk about a yoga mantra that you say over and over again, like a certain phrase, like Om or something, to get into a meditative state. I thought, well, I can, if it's going to be talking anyway, what would it be like if I just made it a rule set that I've decided to make it say certain things continuously. Like it doesn't get to talk about other stuff. It gets to talk about what I want to say. So I thought, well, I'm going to try it. So I've been doing that over this weekend, and it's been pretty cool because you can actually control what you're saying to yourself over and over and over again, because you're going to be saying stuff anyway. Might as well be saying stuff you want. So I was doing that. And then what came to mind is something, I like to quote the Bible. It's one of my reference points. And when Moses went to, he was trying to take his people out of the bad area and into the promised land. And he went up the mountain and he got the 10 commandments from God. And there was lots of fire and brim, a lot of like energy. Maybe there was a spaceship up there, but a bush started burning. So the burning bush was happening. And then the 10 commandments, were on these two plates or something. And so Moses, of course, like any of us would say, like, it's like, who are you? Like, what is your name? And the burning bush said, I am that I am. And so it was like, I am that, like I am everything, and I am. And Jesus later on said something about before Abraham was, Abraham was a guy in the Bible. Before Abraham was, I am. And that's kind of an interesting thing. I think I read that in Eckhart Tolle book. But this idea that he said something about the past and present moment, like before this moment, before Abraham was, but then he changed that whole thing, that whole paradigm totally shifted because he quit talking about time because he said, I am. So I am has no time. It's just I am. So so when Moses asked, what is your name? God said, I am that I am. So when we say I am, we're literally invoking the name of God. We're literally saying I am. So you could say, I am tired, I'm sick and tired of this. I'm like really, really over this. It's like you're literally saying the name of God and then attaching that to it. So what I thought was, okay, well, I'm going to make a little experiment and I'm going to just see, can I use my tenacity, my determination, just to make it say what I want to say. So I was going, meditating and doing stuff and thinking and running and kind of playing with this idea. And what came to me was a client from many, many years ago who was with his grandmother when she was dying. And she would pass out and then she would come to and she would ask for her grandson, like, hey, and she would mention his name, like, hey, is so-and-so here? And say, yes, he's right here. And she was just beaming. And she said, it's all love. And then she would pass out again. And then she would come to again and it's like, hey, is so-and-so here? The grandson is like, yes, he's right here. And she'd just beaming and she'd say, it's all love. And so, the Beatles said that, with all their meditation stuff, all there is love. And I thought, okay, well, what I'm going to do is use this as my mantra. So I started doing this over the last few days, just making it a point to always be aware of what that voice is saying. And I just started saying, I am love. So I just started saying, I am love. And then what came to me was, thank you. So I just kind of started saying, thank you. And there's a lot of talk, like Leslie talks about gratitude is one of her big things. And I was reading my little book, the Enlighten Up book again. And some stuff that I learned way back then was the power of saying thank you to everything, whether it's good or bad. And so I thought, well, okay, I'm going to add that in. So I started saying, I am love and thank you. And then I just added in this thought, this idea of noticing, because we have this whole process that we use called peace process. Eckhart Tolle talks about noticing what's happening in your body, that feeling that's in your body, that sensation, that's the portal to the infinite. Well, sounds like spirit to me, sounds like God to me. So so I thought, okay, I'm going to just make it a point to just be noticing, just notice my body. And then in Qigong, we have a chant. And part of the chant is let go of all unnecessary thoughts. Well, that kind of goes with that. Feel your body inwardly, and that goes with it too. So so I thought that's going to be my chant. So what I've been doing over the last few days continuously is just doing my best to just continuously saying, I am love, thank you, and noticing. And it's been pretty cool. So I'm starting to see even more changes happening and really, really changes in me about how I feel about stuff and people. And so so it's something we can try. And I put it into a little PDF. It's at ralphhavens.com/M6. And then we're going to have this extra video that we can use. And it'd be kind of fun to see what people, if you want to try this experiment of mastering your mind and your thoughts, and just you can make that voice say anything you want, and just paying attention to what it's saying, and just making it say what you want it to say, because it's been said in the Bible also, of course, as a man or woman thinketh, so is he or she. We know beliefs control how the world looks, and so there's that. And then the other part that I'm noticing, and we've talked about this before, is the power of our word. Power of our word. So I've got stuff to work on still. I'm starting to see like incongruencies, like, wow, I said I would do that and I didn't do that yet. And I said I would do that and I'm like procrastinating on doing that. So some of the stuff is I've said to myself, and some of the stuff I've said to other people, and I'm like, oh my goodness, my word. It's been said a man or a woman is only as good as his word, his or her word. So it's like words matter. Even in the Bible, it said in the beginning was the word. And so so it's like I'm just starting to pay attention to what I say. So if I say it, then it's got some meaning. And I thought, well, I'm going to just start to like honor what I say, like my words. And then the next part of that is my action. So this is all the stuff I've been playing with over this weekend more and more is what would be the actions that would be congruent with my words and what I say to myself. And then the key is to take the action, because I've been noticing there's a lot of people with a lot of desire, but there's a lot of people with a lot of desire that don't get a result. And there's a lot of people with a lot of passion, but a lot of people with passion don't get a result. And so it's like, well, what's the difference? And it seems to me it's like action. Like you got to take action. And so so that's where we came through with all this. So I'm going to just put this all into the field. And if you like, you can use whatever is your I am statements, because you're literally invoking the name of God. I'm going to use I am love. Thank you. Yeah, and it's been said, and our peace process is all about this. Your presence heals. So one way to stay very present is to notice what you notice. And one place to notice is what's happening in your body. And like I said, Eckhart Tolle says that's the portal to the infinite. So if you like, you could keep some of your attention noticing what's happening in your body as we do these one-on-one sessions. And you can notice the thoughts and just start to take some control of them. It's kind of like if you just let it to its own free will, that voice will say some crazy stuff. So if you want to take control of it and just make it say what you want it to say, you're welcome to do that. Wow, this is cool. We have such a great group doing very, very deep inner work. It's the power of our group. So I really appreciate it. I thank you so much. So what we can do now, I'm going to click the recording, this extra part of the recording off, and I'll have it in a link for us all.